So this is my Ford Focus ST 2013, and this is the ST2 package, and I'm going to go in depth on so far what I've liked about the car, what I hate about the car, and this video specifically is gonna be the cons of owning the 2013 Ford Focus ST. I've owned this car for about 2 years now, and I've put 28,000 miles on it, and so far the car's held out very well. There's a few issues with it, and I'd like to start off with the cup holders, for example. So the cup holders are right behind where you would be shifting. So if you place, for example, a water bottle or a drink, you know, one of those 16 ounce or 20 ounce drinks from McDonald's or whatever, and you're shifting, you'll be running straight into it when you're shifting. Think about the straw being right here, and you're just going back and forth and knocking that around. And that's pretty annoying. You can obviously lay it down in a different way, but there's also no other cup holders in the car. Let's see, the passenger side here, there's no cup holders, as well as the driver's side, which also has no cup holders. I believe they fixed it. I believe they fixed this issue in the 2015 and 2016 versions of the Focus ST. So if you purchase one nowadays, you probably won't have this issue. In addition to the cup holders, this huge A-pillar right here, which is difficult to see around. So there's the speaker right here, you have the side view mirrors, as well as this huge pillar right here, which is really difficult to see around. So I find myself looking around it quite a bit on this side to see if there's any oncoming traffic or if there are any kids in the street. Now let's move on to the lack thereof dome lights. So here normally there are dome lights, and in the ST3 package, which is running you about $30,000 out the door, you would get map lights here, or dome lights, whatever you want to call them. In the ST2 package, which is obviously the second package, there's the ST1, ST2, and ST3. There's nothing here. The light that compensates it is the one right over your left shoulder, which turns on here, but it's not very good because it doesn't show the light that it really needs to show. Let's say if you wanted to look in the mirror here, there's no lights here as well, no vanity lights as well. So that's a problem with, you know, a $25,000 to $28,000 car. It should definitely come standard with those options. And I'm being super nitpicky here, so bear with me. Right here is where the automatic light switch is. I usually have this in auto. Obviously there's on, there's the map light, or sorry, the parking lights, and off. So when you're on automatic and they automatically turn on, the fog light button here always has to be pushed on. There's no auto everything on or anything like that. So this is an interior of a Focus, which, you know, it's a Focus. So here there's some soft plastic here. Here's pretty soft plastic as well. And then you get into the center console here where there's a lot of hard plastics, which kind of sucks. Going down here to the center console where, you know, you have your gearbox and, you know, your parking brake and your cup holders. This is all really hard plastic, as well as the rear seats. There's a lot of hard plastic here. This is a little bit softer, but down here by the door with the automatic windows, that's where you get a lot of hard plastic. Going back to the shifter here, this is a really good shifter. It feels nice shifting it left and right. It's really difficult to miss a shift here. A nice 6-gear manual gearbox. The problem that I have with this is it's kind of a long stick. Most of them are probably about this height, at least most of the cars that I've driven. And the stick's a little bit long, in addition to that, the throws are quite long as well. So let's say you're in fourth and you're shifting to fifth. You're going all the way over here. And comparing this to the Veloster Turbo and the Honda S2000, those are just, you know, flicks of wrist, where this one you're actually throwing your arms into it. It's a good shift into the gear, and it's very easy to shift into gears, but the problem is not the shifts per se, but it's how long they are. In this 2013 version, there is no standard rear view camera, which is a huge bummer, because I, for example, love to know that I'm not running over little children. Moving over to the passenger seat, the interior portion of this is really poor. The design here, with the glove box coming down here, is very not accommodating for the passenger. So this right here, it sticks out pretty far, and it hinders the perception of how much space one has here. So looking into the footwell here, there's a lot of room for your feet, but the problem is here, it's a little bit too far down. So when you're putting your knees here, it's it feels kind of claustrophobic. So most people move the seat back, and when you move the seats back, that's when you have a problem folding down these seats here, which I'll show you in a second. So moving down to these fold down seats, it's great to have a hatchback that, you know, a performance hatchback that has these fold down seats. The issue with these seats is that when you fold these down with a normal passenger, probably, you know, 5'10", you get the problem where you run into the headrest. Now, this isn't a huge issue because you can always take off the headrest, but who wants to be continuously taking them off, taking them back on? Another issue here is that once these are folded down, you have this huge gap here between where your cargo room is and where your seats fold down. So if you're looking for completely fold down seats, this probably isn't the car for you. Also, while I'm in the back here for you, the one dome light for the rear here, there's no button to push this on in the ST2 package. Moving on to the ride quality of the Focus ST. The ride quality is not so great in this car. It's something that is sacrificed when you put such a nice sports suspension in a car like this. So one of the issues is going on highways. It's very bumpy in the rear and in the front. It's a little bouncy, is what I would call it. But obviously, with the $25,000 car, this is what you get. So in addition to the issue with the ride quality, there's also an issue with the turning radius. So the turning radius for this car specifically is 40 feet, and it's equivalent to a Chevy Silverado. And comparing that with the cars in this class, for example, the GTI 35.8 feet, the Mazda Speed 3 36.1 feet, the Civic Si 37.7 feet, which is probably the highest compared to the Focus ST, the BRZ 35.4 feet, and the WRX, which is 36 feet. Another thing that sucks about this car, the brake dust. The brake dust is real.